Hey there, happy afternoon. It's time for our third Tuesday tune-up. So this is the third in a series of videos to help us become better versions of ourselves, no matter what changes you're trying to make. This is kind of addressing them all and making sure we're all doing the best we can and making things as easy for ourselves as we can. I apologize for not being able to go live. I so love interacting with y'all live. We're going to go old school today. I'm having trouble and I just tried again and I still can't get it to work. So I'm not sure what's going on with my Facebook Live situation, but I'm sorry. So we're going to do this old school. I'm going to spew a bunch of information at you. Please reply in the comments to anything you think of and I will react, and we'll have our little faux live thing on the side and maybe have some conversations that aren't live but with a little delay, and hopefully I'll have it back and up and running by next week. Last week, if you joined us, we talked about sleep and the importance of sleep in any kind of change you're trying to make or anything however you're trying to live your life. And I want you to tell me in the comments if you tried any of those tips or tools we talked about and how they worked for you. This week, the video is going to sound a lot like that sleep video at the beginning, because we're talking about another global thing that if you don't have it in your life, is going to have some of the same effects that sleep does. So if you're sleep deprived and you're missing out on this, it's a long uphill battle for you. So let's get right into it. Just like last week, if you're missing out on this thing, you're going to have some of the same effects. So if this is missing from your life, what we'll talk about in a second, you're going to have increased anxiety, irritability, and depression. That sounds like a party, doesn't it? Increased in fatigue, which sounds strangely like sleep deprivation. But they've actually done studies and pinpointed that what we're going to talk about today, is the #1 cause of midday fatigue. Increase in indigestion, constipation, and heartburn. Decrease in muscle mass, so just like sleep, it affects your ability to work out. And increase in hunger, just like sleep. And if you remember from the sleep, when you're increased in hunger, you're going to crave those fatty, sugary foods. So what we're going to talk about today, and hold on, I'm a little parched. You got it. We're talking about hydration. Just threw that in. Okay. So let's look at the same example we did last week with sleep. Let's say I'm trying to drop a couple pounds, because who isn't really these days? Just like sleep, dehydration will automatically slow down your metabolism from the get-go. So you're already operating at kind of a tougher challenge. Then I'm going to have increased hunger. We know where that goes. But you couple that with increased anxiety, irritability, and depression. And that's like the trifecta for a stress eater such as myself. That's just a dangerous place to be for me. So having dehydration can really place an impact on, even if you're just trying to lose a couple pounds. In addition, it can make your workouts harder. So you got the eating poorly and you're working out less and you're eating more. So not really a great mix. How much water do you need? I know everybody wants to know. I'll get to a number in a second, but how you know you're getting enough urine is, one, it varies widely from person to person. But you know you're getting enough if you have an abundant supply of light-colored urine. And I know some of you with kids already like, we have an overabundant supply of urine in my house. I know, I do too. But we're talking about your own urine. You should be emptying your bladder every 2 to 3 hours. And it should not be dark at all. You can Google different strips. You can go down the rabbit hole of what color is your urine exactly with, but basically try and empty your bladder every 2 or 3 hours. That's how much you want to be drinking. This varies a lot from person to person. So that's why I kind of like this as opposed to just throwing out a number, because it's going to matter on your body size, your activity level, and different physiological differences, as well as your diet. So if you're drinking a lot of caffeinated beverages or alcohol, that is dehydrating in of itself. So you kind of, for those, you need to have a glass of water just with your cup of coffee, and that's just a wash. So that doesn't really count. You're just kind of offsetting the coffee with that one glass of water. So the rule of thumb for that is glass of coffee, cup of coffee, glass of water, glass of wine, glass of water. glass of tea, glass of water, right? Just to kind of offset that. So if you still want a number, because we got to have numbers, what an average you can use is to take your body weight, divide it in two, and have that much fluid ounces of water. So now that we know the importance of water and we know about how much you should be getting, how do we make it easier to make sure we're getting enough water? So let's kind of look through a day and find ways to make it easier for you to make sure you're getting water during your day. So first thing when you wake up, a great idea is to pound 1 to 2 glasses of water right away. So you're already waking up in a dehydrated state, because hopefully we all learned how important sleep is. So you've slept 7 to 10 hours and you're going to wake up dehydrated naturally. So get that, 1 or 2 cups of water in you. It'll help with your alertness. It'll help you wake up. It'll help you get out of bed. And you're done, boom, with 8 to 16 ounces of water already. So if you weigh 32 pounds, you're done with your water for the day. So yay. But anyway, even if you don't weigh 32 pounds, you've made a big dent in the amount of water you need to drink that day. Now, let's say you don't like the taste of water. So one thing you can do is you can try warming up your water. You can try adding a few drops of lemon juice. We're not talking about having a crazy juice drink, but a few drops of lemon, if you have a lemon to squeeze in there, a lemon wedge or something. Maybe in a mint leaf, maybe, see how that works for you. Also, if you are constipated or you want to get those bowels moving, sometimes that warm water in the morning can help get things going. I always bring it back to poop, but we're not going to talk about that today. But that is a tip if you are trying to get that going for you. Another thing you can do, so as you go through your day, you've had your 1 to 2 cups, but let's say you want to make sure you're getting enough. I found this at a friend's house, and I said, I got to borrow this for my water talk. This is a jug of water, and they've actually broken it up by time. So by 8 a.m., you should be down to here, and 10 a.m., and there's little motivational sayings. You don't have to do this. But what you can do is use a pitcher of water and just have it out all day and know that that's the water you're trying to drink, and put it someplace prominent where you'll see it. Or if you want it cold, put it in the fridge, but just make sure you're going to look at it, set alerts or something, and then just drink from that all day, and then you'll kind of know how much water you're getting. 2 things about that. If it's cold, some people think and believe that it increases your metabolism because your body has to do more to heat it up. So I would argue that it's a minuscule amount of work that's going on there, but it is probably a little bit more work. The other thing is if you're worried about chlorine or chemicals that are added to the water to make it safe to drink, if you leave it in an open pitcher on your counter at room temperature, a lot of that stuff will evaporate. So some of the chlorine will evaporate. I'm not sure what other chemicals are in your water, but they will probably evaporate a little bit as well. So we have pounding 1 or 2 glasses right when you wake up. We have warming it up, adding a lemon slice or something to make it more appetizing. We have tracking your water with a lovely jug of some sort. The last tip I want to share with you is, let me show you this. Which glass would you rather drink out of? So we have a lot of these plastic cups in my family because they work great with kids, but I don't even like the smell of them. I can't drink out of them. So if I have a glass of water that's like this plastic cup, I'm not going to drink it. But I have it in this lovely glass tumbler, crystal, that's heavy and feels good in the hands and nice to hold on to. This is where I'm going to be drinking my water. So I don't even bother with these because I'm not going to drink it. And life is too short for me to drink out of cups like this. I'm sorry. They have a place and a purpose. But if I'm trying to drink water during the day, that is not going to do it. So that's your 4th tip. Put it in something that's attractive to you that you're more likely to drink out of. I want to end this conversation with a quick plastic water bottle discussion because so many of us are working out and carrying our water around in bottles all day. If you are, make sure it is a BPA-free water bottle. That is the chemical that we do not want leaching into our water. So you can have a BPA-free. You can have, I stole my daughter's Hydro Flask, right? Right? No plastic at all. So you don't have to worry about the chemicals. If you do find yourself buying a water bottle, like at a 7-Eleven or a gas station, not the best, but okay. Just don't leave it in your car, especially here in the summer in Texas, in direct sunlight or in high heat. Chemicals from the plastic in the bottles can leach out into the water, so then you're drinking them. Also, I want to remind you, these are not multi-use plastic bottles, so really use it and then recycle it. Don't carry it around multiple days filling it up with water again, unless you are in a desert and have no other option, or I wouldn't do that. The other thing I've seen, you can Google, this is kind of a little trivia fact. People have set their cars on fire with keeping water bottles in their car. So, you know, you can Google it, you can look at the videos, but basically what happens is the water acts as a magnifier to the sunlight and can burn holes in your upholstery. So that's just another reason not to leave these out in the car, especially in the sun and in the heat. And so if you see me in the summer at the grocery store and I don't have my water bottle, you might remind me to go back out and get it. By carrying it around with you in the store, I know it's a bit of a hassle, but you're going to drink more anyway, and you're not going to set your car on fire, which is always good, and you're not going to get any chemicals leaching into the water. So, to sum up, drink water. It's great. It's good for you. Try to pee every 2 or 3 hours. If you don't like to drink water, try pounding a glass or two when you wake up. See if you can even reduce your caffeine intake that way. Warm up your water, add some lemon drops or lemon wedge to it, see if that helps. Fill up your pitcher all day to kind of track what you're doing. And drink out of something pretty that you like. That'll help you make sure you're getting enough water. So again, I apologize for the lack of the live video. Thanks for bearing with me. I hope to see you next Tuesday live at noon for our next Tuesday tune-up. Let me know in the comments if you're going to try any of these watering tips for yourself. And also, if you know what's wrong with the Facebook Live video, you can chip in and tell me about that too, because I can't seem to get it to work at all. So thanks for your patience with this. I hope you have a great day, and cheers. I still have to stop the video, so not as dramatic an ending. Bye. Have a good day.